All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to explore a really powerful idea, a kind of ancient wisdom that might just change how you see, well, everything. We're talking about reimagining the game of life. But first, let me ask you something. Does life ever feel like a battle? Like a war zone where you wake up every single day and you just have to brace for impact? If you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. In that war zone, the enemies are all too familiar, right? You've got the constant attack of bills piling up, the sudden ambush of betrayal, that thick, isolating fog of loneliness, and of course, the completely unpredictable twists of fate. Fighting on all those fronts, it is absolutely exhausting. And think about it, we're basically taught to deal with all this by armoring up. The message is, be tough, grind it out, and fight for victory at all costs. We're made to believe that success only comes from overpowering adversity. But what if that entire framework is built on a faulty premise? What if the very metaphor we use for life, the battle, is actually the source of all the struggle? What if we've been playing the wrong game this whole time? This is the core idea from the spiritual teacher Florence Scovel Shinn. Life isn't a battle to be survived, it's a game to be played. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because this one little shift completely reframes our entire experience. Just look at the difference here. When you see life as a battle, you have to armor up, you're constantly resisting, you're living on the defensive. But when you see it as a game, you're invited to engage, to play, to align. Suddenly, challenges aren't attacks, they're just puzzles to be solved. It's this huge shift from trying to control everything to simply aligning with the flow. Okay, so if life's a game, it must have rules, right? Well, first we have to understand the game board itself, and according to this wisdom, that board is made of pure energy. And this brings us to the most fundamental rule of the game, the law of resonance. See, this isn't about hustling harder or forcing things to happen. It's more like a radio. You can't tune into a classical station if your dial is set to rock. Your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings, that's your energetic signal. The universe can only reflect back the reality that matches your frequency. Now, to play this game well, we need to remember these 4 forgotten rules. It all starts with your word, your intention. It's like your magic wand. Then comes non-resistance, because fighting against what you don't want just glues it to you. That leads to surrender, which is just trusting the process instead of trying to force an outcome. And finally, you have the law of increase, where gratitude literally multiplies the good that's already coming your way. So now that we have a feel for the rules, let's meet the most important part of the entire game. And trust me, the power to play is a lot closer than you think. So what do you think is the most powerful, game-changing piece on this entire energetic board? Is it luck, fate, other people? No, it's you. You are not a pawn getting pushed around by circumstances. You are the master player, the one with the power to direct the entire game. So how do you direct the game? Well, you've got this amazing inner team. Think of your conscious mind as the director. It chooses the script. It decides where to focus, on lack or on abundance, on fear or on love. That script then gets handed to your subconscious mind, who is the faithful builder. It just takes the instructions and builds your reality, no questions asked. And all the while, your higher self, the architect, holds the master blueprint for your best possible life, just waiting for you to get in alignment. Neville Goddard had this incredible way of putting it. The subconscious is the womb of creation. It literally takes the seeds of your dominant feelings and brings them to life. This is exactly why how you feel is so incredibly critical to playing this game. All right, so with all of that in mind, how do you actually win this game? Well, spoiler alert, it's not what you think. See, winning here isn't about collecting the most cars or money or followers. That's the old game. The real victory is an inside job. It's about being able to live each moment with a deep sense of presence and peace, no matter what's happening on the outside. And achieving that kind of inner victory really comes down to 2 master keys. First, you've got to clear out all the old heavy energy. That's forgiveness. It's about releasing the weight of resentment so you actually have room to move forward. Then, you invite in the new, and that's gratitude. It's the frequency that turns you into a magnet for all the good things that are already trying to find you. This quote about forgiveness just nails it, doesn't it? Holding on to anger doesn't really punish the other person. It just keeps you locked up in a prison of the past. Forgiveness is you setting yourself free. And finally, let's reframe adversity one last time. Rumi reminds us that our challenges, our struggles, our wounds, they aren't signs that we're losing. They're openings. They are the very places where the light of wisdom and growth can finally get in. So you see, the battle was never necessary. The game has always been here, waiting for you. A game of joy, of alignment, of creation. The only question left is, are you ready to stop fighting and finally start playing?